Hey everybody, your girl Bugs Rose here. So I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about the 42 ideals of Ma'at, in which the Ten Commandments were based off of. So Ma'at is the feminine counterpart to the masculine deity Thoth, who is said to be the father of philosophy, who is said to be the father of knowledge, etc., etc. So Ma'at is basically a list of moralistic guidelines in which we should follow. Um, things that keep us humanistic, things that make sure that our souls remain intact, and to ensure that our souls remain as light as a feather. That was her whole. I'm just gonna go through the deck really quickly. I'm not gonna really explain what each of the 42 ideals mean. I'm not gonna go in depth right now. I just really wanted to give everyone the 42 ideals, so that they can be aware of it themselves. Like I say, a lot of this deck was based off of the 42 ideals of Ma'at, who was an ancient African deity, an ancient African figure. You know, so we must remember when we're looking at these cards and we're trying to understand these cards, where a lot of this information is coming from, where the purpose of this is coming from, is to remind us that, you know, we have ways in which we can be human with one another. There are ways in which we can just spread a little bit of love every day to everybody. So these cards, these ideas, they just remind us and they just give us an idea on how to be human towards one another. So I'm just going to go through them really quickly. Like I said, I'm not going to get too in depth with them. I'm just going to I'm just gonna basically show you guys the cards so that you can see the artwork and that you can see the symbolism behind them, and you can just understand, like I say, you can just know the 42 ideals of Ma'at. And then, if you're interested, you can go back and do your own research about her, and you can see her in history, and you can see, why she's important. You can see why having a heart as light as a feather is important. So, 42 ideals of Ma'at. I believe these cards are in order. I think I kind of shuffled them a little, but we're just going to see. So, the first one we have is I honor value, virtue. I'm come a little bit closer. I'm still trying to get used to this, so just bear with me. So we have I honor virtue. Then next we have I benefit with gratitude. I am peaceful. I respect the property of others. I affirm that all life is sacred. And look at the woman. 42 ideals of Ma'at. Look at the woman on the card. I affirm that all life is sacred. Ain't that something? Oh, really quickly, I just want to say I'm going to point out a couple symbolisms that I noticed and that I'm aware of. So I just want to say that this dragonfly appears a lot in my life, and every time that I look it up, um, it reminds me that my spiritual abilities are growing. So just imagine if you affirm that all life is sacred, you know, what the animals are going to come up and try to show you, or what the universe is going to try to show you or tell you at that moment. I give offerings that are genuine. Be kind to others. If you see a homeless person on the street, give them $1, give them a quarter. Just give things to others. If you have extra of something, just why not share with others? That's how I've always seen life as well. I don't mind giving to homeless people, because you just never know where you're gonna end up in life. And not saying that it can save you, but the universe notices everything that we do. So now we have I live life in truth. In truth. So be true to who you are. There. I regard all altars with respect. I also want to point out that this sun or this moon and this falcon is also very important. I also want to point out that these triangles are symbolic of feminine energy. Okay. Being down on I speak with sincerity. Heart as light as a feather. So when you speak, when you talk to people, you remind people, as you speak, you should speak nothing but blessings. You should speak nothing but good things. Nothing but good things should come out of your mouth. When you talk with others, you should not speak with others. You should not speak to others as if you're judging them. You should not speak to others as if you're demeaning them. You should not speak to others as if they are lower than you. You should speak to others in a way that is honest, in a way that is compassionate, and in a way
So we
that is
have, I
understanding. Consume only my fair share. Only take what you need.
I speak with good intent. Like I said, some of these cards are
Repetitive, seems like, um, but they all embody different messages.
I give offerings that
Are genuine. Be kind to others.
are okay. So next we have
I relate in peace.
I honor.
Animals with reverence. Love your animals. They're my motherfucking protectors. You feel me?
I can be trusted. I care.
For the earth. I keep
My own.
counsel.
I speak positively.
Of others.
I also want to point out
That the dung beetle is also important in ancient mythology in ancient Africa. So go check that out. I'm just trying to hurry up at this point because the light cut off and it's like really annoying me because I've been trying to record this video for like 6 times. Now it's finally working and the light cuts off. So let me just try to run through this. I remain in balance with my emotions. Look at the yin and yang. Look at
the feathers.
Okay.
So now we have I am
Trustful in my relationships. Heart as light as a feather, guys.
I
Hold purity in high esteem.
the whole purpose is
So that we have no stress, that we have no worry, that we understand that what comes to pass was meant to come to pass. Sometimes in life we can't really help the way a situation turns out to be. So with the 42 ideas of my aunt, we just remind ourselves, you know, how can we remain human, or how can we remain one while we are on this plane? How can we keep ourselves intact? How can we remind ourselves to, you know, not see every
lost opportunity.
as something negative? How can we see everything as a blessing? How can we see everything as a lesson that was meant to be learned? It basically reminds us that we have to take a step back to look at the bigger picture and to understand that one day we will understand why all of these things are meant to happen. Really quickly, I want to go back because I just noticed this because I'm just kind of going through them. But check out all the chakra points in this drawing. Let me see if I can focus it.
I wanted you guys
To see the chakra points. I think that's pretty lit.
and she's holding a rose.
And a lotus flower. Wow. Look at the doves. I hold purity with high esteem.
Okay. So now we have I spread.
Spread joy. Now we have I do the best I can.
And now we have I
Communicate with compassion.
listen to.
Opposing opinions.
You never know where you might find
A lesson or a blessing. That's all I gotta say.
I create.
Harmony.
We all have the ability
To create harmony and balance within our lives. It all starts within first. I invoke laughter. How well do you love others enough to make them laugh, to make them smile? Sometimes all it takes is a smile a day on a person's face to make their whole lives.
I am open to.
Love in various forms. The understanding that love is not just romantic. Love is not just about romantic intimacy, love is also about, you know, our friendships, our parents. How do we love them? How do we accept love from others? How do we love ourselves? Um, do we understand love in its many ways and its many complexities just as much as we understand the universe? Um, I've always loved to study love and try to understand it because love comes in so many ways. Love doesn't have to be physical. Love can be metaphysical. Love does not have to include another partner. Love can be just you and friends. You know, I just think that love itself, no one can tell you who or how to love. I just think that love itself is beautiful. I think that love is personal, and I also believe that love does exist in many forms and exists in many ways. And I also believe that each love that we go through is an experience full of lessons, also blessings. Like I say, in the end, we just must have the ability to discern between the two. Um, I am forgiving. Do not hold anything. You see how she has the feather over her heart, and then she has the falcon coming out of her head, and then she has the roses. I just believe that this is just reminding us that how they always say that forgiveness is for you and not for the other person. Once you free that hurt, once you forgive that person with your heart, it can do so much for you. Like, it can change a lot of you. Um, but all we have to do is open our hearts to forgiveness. The more that we hold on to that pain, the more that we hold on to that hurt, the more it manifests in different ways until we finally are able to face it, or until it finally catches up to us. Um, so you just have to, I know that person hurt you, and I know that what they did to you may not have been fair, but in the end, you have to ask yourself, who is my pain hurting, me or them? Are you the one that has toxic relationships? Are you the one that goes to bed crying sometimes when you think about what happened to you? Are you the one that has to live with that pain, or do they? That's what you have to ask yourself when it comes to forgiveness. Who is this hurting? Is it hurting me, or is it hurting the other person? And if it's hurting you, then you know who your forgiveness is for. And if it's hurting the other person, well, then that's, y'all just on your own. I ain't no y'all know. I'm just here to spread a little knowledge. I am kind. I am kind. Next, we have I act respectfully of others. Then we have I am accepting of all things, accepting of what may come, what may go, accepting of the way in which your life may take you. I truly believe that I know it's hard to do, and it's easier said than done, but I truly believe that if you don't know where your life is gonna lead you, but you can be sure that regardless of what happens, it was meant to happen for you. We have to be accepting of the way in which our lives go. We don't have to, but at the end of accepting is understanding that everything that happened, or everything that happens for a reason in our lives. Our lives are purely metaphysical. Not purely metaphysical, but our lives are purely metaphorical and symbolic. So I also believe that if you pay attention to the symbols, if you try to understand the metaphors, you may just understand life in general. So we have I follow my inner guidance. I converse with awareness. I do good. I give blessings. I keep the waters pure. I just really love the imagery on this card, and I'll give you guys a preview to my other favorite deck of cards that I just received this morning. So I like this one a lot. This one says, "I offer words of good intent." See how she has the butterflies coming out of her shirt. She has beautiful birds coming out of her mouth, making me feel as though, like it says, when she speaks beauty. You know how when you hear a singer that has an amazing voice that you can't explain, when we speak good words. We speak positivity into the earth. We speak positivity into the lives of others. We speak knowledge. We speak understanding. We speak love into the lives of others. Now we have I praise the goddess and the god. Understanding that we all have a dualistic nature. We all possess dualistic principles. Um, we all possess masculine and feminine principles, whether we are aware of it or not. Okay, so by understanding the duality that exists within us, you can then find ways to feed your feminine. Then you can find other ways to feed your masculine. And then you can find ways to transmute that energy and have them come together. That's that balance. You need that balance to come together to open up and to understand and to find the beauty and to find and to unlock creation, to do things like that. So when you praise the goddess and the god, you praise and honor the masculine and the feminine principles and the masculine and feminine energies that exist within you. So I guess it was my laptop that was dead. I am humble. I achieve with integrity. Be proud of yourself. Um, if you like won a competition or if you were like a part of something and you won in some way or some form, um, accept it. Be confident in yourself. If people are praising you, then accept that praise. You deserved, I'm sure, whatever you received that you deserved. I advanced through my own abilities. The power exists within us to create the lives that we want. And I embrace the all, the understanding that we are all one, we are all connected to source, so on and so forth. Really quickly, I'm going to show you guys a couple of my other new Oracle cards that I received. I really love these. I think the imagery on these cards are just beautiful. Look at that. That's East. Ice. Volcanoes. Bushfires. Oceans. Okay. Hearth. We have outer core. We have, what is this? Breath. I just think that the imagery on these cards are beautiful. I feel as though once I get better acquainted with these cards and I start doing reading with these cards, I feel as though these cards will be able to help you understand how to transmute the messages from the other cards and how to transmute those messages into your actual life. And I think I'm just gonna really have a lot of fun with these cards. I can pull these as just like a draw of a day if anybody wants. Just DM me. I just really like the way that these cards look. I think they have very powerful images. I think every message on every card is just amazing. I just want to show you guys the artwork on these really quickly, just because I just love the way they look. Look at this. This is Earth, right? Yeah, this is Earth. Okay, and I don't know if anybody knows me that's been talking to me recently or that knows me or whatever. I believe that God is a black woman. I believe in Mother Gaia. Shouts out to Mother Gaia. This is her planet. She brought us here. This is her world. And unfortunately, we as humans do not know how to appreciate Mother Gaia in all of her gloriousness and in all of her beauty. But I just wanted to show that one. Let me keep going really, really quickly. I'm almost done. I just wanted to show you guys some of this. This is one of my favorite cards. I think it's very I like these cards because I think they're very extra, just like me. Like I said, I'm a very visual person. So I just like to see, I love beauty. I just like to see things that look nice. This shit is amazing. I don't know about anybody else. That's literally how music makes me feel. Look at that. These cards are based mostly in alchemy, learning how to transmute the messages, learning how to transmute our energy, learning how to transmute our emotions and turn that into creativity, learning how to transmute ourselves and transcend ourselves, through our creativity and through our beauty, and anything that we get lost in can be used to transmute ourselves and can be used to transmute our pain. Shall we choose? So thank you guys for watching this video. I just wanted to show you my two newest Oracle decks and just give you a brief explanation of the 42 laws of Ma'at. And just to show you guys this new deck, I'm also going to have a lot of fun with this. I'm just trying to find a way to incorporate them together. But if not, you know, I'll find other ways. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I will be back with more content soon. Thank you.